Good morning, one and all present here. My name is Vaishnavi Tata from 7th A, and today I am going to explain human digestive system. Human digestive system start in the following ways. First is mouth. It's an interior opening of the digestive system which ingests the food, muscular tongue on which the taste buds are arranged. Next is food pipe. Food pipe is an alimentary canal leads to a narrow tubular muscular organ to the esophagus. No digestion takes place in the esophagus. Next is liver. Liver produces bile to break down fat into smaller pieces. Next is stomach. The stomach is a digestion takes place in stomach and small intestine. Pancreas. Pancreas helps to break down carbohydrates and proteins into food into simplest form. Next is gallbladder, considering reservoir for a bile. Next is small intestine and large intestine. Small intestine and large intestine. First is small intestine, absorption of nutrients and minerals from food, and large intestine takes out the undigested food from the small intestine. And the second last one is rectum. The rectum stores the undigested food as fecal matter till discarded from the anus. And the anus is the last part. It's a bag-like structure which ends opening called anus. This was the human digestive system.
Today, our topic is science thought experiment. Aim to explain the human digestive system by making the model. Materials needed: cardboard, paper balls, straw, clay, and other materials to make 3D model of the human digestive system. This is the human digestive system. This is mouth. This is teeth. This is tongue. This is epiglottis. This is liver. This is gallbladder. This is appendix. Human digestive system annual consists primarily of digestive tract or the series of structures and organs through which food and liquid pass during their processing, into forms absorbable into the bloodstream. The system also contains all the structures through which waste pass in the process of elimination.
Good morning, my dear teachers and my dear friends. Myself, Nidhi Deshpande from class 8B. So to perform this exciting experiment, the materials we require are a plastic bottle, a pair of scissors, rounder, compass, or you can use needle, marker pen, a mug full of water, and sellotape. So let's start to perform this exciting experiment. So for this, you need your plastic bottle as well as your needle or compass, and you have to make holes, 3 holes. The holes should be of same size and they should be in standing line in such a manner that water should come out from them. So now let's make the hole. So after making the hole, we have to take our sellotape, and so now with the help of the sellotape, we have to cover all the 3 holes. So let's do that. After using the tape, we have covered all the 3 holes. So now let's fill the water. Here I am using colored water. You can use normal water as well. So now I am going to use my marker pen. And remember, listen this very carefully. When we are going to remove the tape, the place where the water falls, we have to make a line there so that we can understand that which hole is having the greatest depth. So now let's start. Here I am removing the tape of our first hole. So the water fallen is here. So I'll mark this. Now we are going to remove the sellotape of our second hole. The water that comes from the second hole is little away from our bottom. And now our third hole. Oh my god. The third hole's pressure is one of the biggest, and the water fallen is very much away from the bottom. So by this experiment, we can understand that liquid pressure is more for the downmost area. You can see that the pressure of water is high compared to the other two holes. So by this we can understand the water jet of the third most was the increased water jet.
Hi friends, my name is Mukhya Kesuri from Rahul International School from grade 6A, and today I am doing a science experiment on solubility of substances in water. So let's begin. Over here you can see I have 4 glasses of water and 4 substances over here: salt, sand, milk and oil. So let us begin with the first glass. In the first glass I am taking a teaspoon of salt. Let us see what are the results. Over here, as you can see, salt has completely dissolved and disappeared in the water. So here, over here, this proves that salt is a soluble substance. Over here, let's move on to the second glass. Over here, I am taking a teaspoon of sand. Let us see what happens. Over here, as you can see, that sand has settled down at the bottom of the glass. So this means that soil is an insoluble liquid and substance. So let us move on to the third glass. Over here, on the third glass, I am taking a teaspoon of milk, and let us see what happens. Over here, as you can see, the color of the water turned white. So this means that milk is a miscible liquid. Let us move on to the fourth glass. Over here, on the fourth glass, I am taking a teaspoon of oil. Over here, as you can see, the stains of the oil are still floating above the glass. So this means oil is an immiscible liquid. So friends, I finished my video experiment on soluble and insoluble substance. I hope you must understood and enjoyed it. Happy learning.
My name is Gauri Patel from 9th. Today I am going to conduct an experiment on water cycle. Now for this process, I will be adding some hot water here. So here is my cup of hot water and I am going to add inside it. We have to add 1 tablespoon of salt. We have to stir it well. This mixture will represent my ocean water. So this mixture is my ocean water. Now this small bowl, I'm going to put it between the large bowl. This will act as my land mass. Here, my precipitate will be collected. Now I have to wrap it with the cling wrap. sealed really very tightly. Now I need to add some cubes of ice. That's enough. This ice will act as my cool atmosphere. This will change my vapors into the precipitate. Now we have to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes for this process to take place. As you can see, the tiny drops falling in the small bowl is my precipitate. So as you can see, there is a puddle of water collected here. So we need to remove this really very carefully. So I have got this much of precipitate collected in my lab. Now I'm gonna drink it and see whether it's salty or not. This water is distilled water collected because of rain. So the conclusion we can get is the hydrologic cycle is really very important cycle. The hydrologic cycle is also known as the water cycle. It circulates the water all around the earth. The importance of hydrologic cycle is that the role the water plays in our environment, in all the biological processes, climate and other elemental cycles is really very important for us. Thank you.